If you're thinking about selling your house this year, but you're torn between should we go ahead and list it now early in the year, or should we wait until later, wait until the spring or the summer? Well, believe it or not, one of those decisions could potentially cost you. So let's do this. Let's break down exactly what could affect your decision between selling now or waiting and selling later. And if you stick around, I'm also going to walk you through the biggest mistakes that move-up sellers make when trying to wait for the perfect time. Okay, so let's start with something that I find that most sellers don't typically realize. Early year sellers often face less competition. Yeah, January and February historically have some of the lowest inventory of homes available, and that's not just here locally in the Inland Empire. I mean, that's nationwide, and here's why that is. Many homeowners will wait until March, April, or even May, because it feels like the right time, which means if you do sell now, it's that much easier for your house to stand out because there's less competition. Yeah, I mean, if your house checks all the boxes that most buyers are looking for, like an updated kitchen or a good floor plan, a good layout, it's in clean condition, making it just that much easier for you to get a good, strong offer for your house for one simple reason. Again, there's not as many other homes that are out there competing with you for the attention of a buyer, which actually leads us perfectly into something else that many sellers can oftentimes overlook. Sorry, real quick, if this is your first time here, my name's Jose and I am your SoCal Realtor. Here we help Inland Empire homeowners sell smart, buy their next home better, and move with confidence. So if you are thinking about making a move, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we are here and ready to help. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and back to the rest of the video. This video would not be complete if we didn't talk about rates, because obviously it's going to have a huge role for anyone that's looking to make a purchase. And even if you're looking to sell in order to make a move-up purchase, it's going to affect you too. And because of that, something I have been hearing more lately, I think I'm going to wait until rates drop, because once that happens, then buyers are going to pay more for my house. Maybe, but here's the problem with that. Sure, lower rates is likely going to mean more buyers are in the market, but it could also mean more sellers too. Because if you have too many sellers that are saying the same thing, let's wait to sell my house, and now that the rates are low, let's go ahead. Well, now you have more sellers, more homes in the market, more competition. And for you as a seller, more competition, that means less leverage for you in your house. Think about it, when rates fall, more sellers that are looking to either move up or downsize, well, they jump into the market. Inventory then spikes. Buyers now have more options, and now your home doesn't quite stand out the same way. I guess what I'm trying to say though is just that waiting for that perfect rate moment, just more times than not, it does more harm than good, especially if you're trying to do both. You're trying to sell and buy at the same time. Another thing to keep in mind is builders have become your biggest competitors. And so far to start the year, many IE builders are still offering strong incentives to buyers, offering rate buy downs on their interest rate, releasing new phases of more homes, and pricing their homes fairly aggressively to start the year strong. Now, historically, once most builders, they start hitting their sales goals for the first quarter of the year, those incentives, they do tend to start shrinking a little bit. Maybe even disappearing altogether, but I will say that that's a little more rare. But if those incentives, if they do start to shrink a little bit, that means that if you were planning to sell your house in order to buy a new construction home, earlier timing might save you as much as tens of thousands of dollars with those incentives. Not to mention that if you wait until spring or summer to make your move, I mean, things like the lot premiums, those could go up. The prices of the homes, those usually do go up with each new phase that comes out. And the incentives like rate buy downs, not that I would expect that to go away, but they might not be as aggressive. They might get a little bit weaker.
No way, Jose!
By the way, if you are thinking about selling in 2026, whether that's earlier or later in the year, either way, I put together a free home seller's guide, walks you through everything you need to know when it comes to selling your house. Everything from timing to preparation to pricing and just so much more. You can grab it after the video, but you'll find the link down below. Here's probably the most common mistake I see many sellers that are trying to sell their house in order to buy their next home, and that is trying to time your home sale before picking your next home. Yeah, I'm talking with many homeowners that are looking to do that and sell their house in order to move up or downsize or whatever the case may be. But oftentimes they think it should go, you sell first, then shop for your new home. Sure, you could do that. However, most successful move-up transitions, they happen when you start planning early. In other words, have you thought out your financing options? Yes, there are options that can help with making a move from your current house to a new home, but you need to plan ahead so that you fully understand them. What about contingencies? Do you understand the pros and the cons of using or not using them? These details, yeah, they matter. I mean, no one wants to get caught in the double move, moving from here to your temporary to your new destination. No one wants to get caught in the double move. No one wants to have two mortgages at the same time.
No, thank you.
And listen, even if you don't list your house to sell now, those who start planning ahead in January and February, those are usually the ones that are going to have the smoothest move and the greatest control over their move. Here are 4 timing factors that I would definitely recommend looking at when deciding whether to list your house early in the year or to wait. How fast is the inventory rising around your house? Because different cities and even different neighborhoods here in the Inland Empire, they can very often move differently. Number 2, where are rates today? Not where you're hoping they'll go, meaning is the current rate workable for you with your next purchase? Number 3, are buyers active in your price range? The buyer activity for a $500,000 home is very different from buyer activity for a $900,000 home. And number 4, what are builders offering right now? If their incentives are strong earlier in the year and that's what you're looking for with your next purchase, that might be your window. More times than not, I find that many would-be sellers only look at one variable, and that usually is the price. Yes, that's obviously a very important part of the equation, no question about it. But for homeowners that make the best moves, they're the ones that look at the entire timing puzzle. Now, if you're watching this and you're waiting, he's going to say it, here it comes, right? You should sell your house now, don't wait. No, I'm not going to say that. Here's what I will say though. There is no such thing as the one perfect timing to do it. I would say go back to those 4 questions that I just laid out for you. And if you answer those questions and it makes sense for you to go ahead and list earlier in the year, then yeah, you should definitely start talking with an agent, get the ball rolling for all the benefits and the reasons that I laid out for you here. As I mentioned earlier, if you are thinking about selling your house in 2026, don't forget to grab my free home seller's guide. It breaks down exactly how to prep your home for sale smart, how to avoid some of the biggest mistakes that many sellers oftentimes make, and it just honestly so much more. You can find the link to download it in the description section below. Of course, if you do have any questions at all, or if you are thinking about buying or selling, my contact information is also below. Feel free to reach out. Otherwise, until then, we'll catch you on the next one.